If you have diabetes, you've probably heard that nuts are one of the best snacks you can eat because they're so healthy. But the truth is, not all nuts are created equal. Some can actually cause blood sugar spikes, inflame your joints, and silently harm your health, especially after age 60. New research from leading diabetes clinics here in the United States has identified a clear line between nuts that stabilize blood sugar levels and those that disrupt them. And surprisingly, the nut that's most harmful to diabetics is also the one that people eat the most, thinking it's heart healthy. This simple mistake is costing people years of good health. Today, I'm going to show you the 4 best nuts you can eat every day that will help keep your blood sugar levels in check, and also warn you about the 4 nuts you should avoid at all costs, especially if you're over 60. Before I reveal them, I just ask that you like this video. It helps reach more people who are trying to feel better without relying solely on medication. Here we are always ready to support each other. Have you ever wondered if something as small as a nut could make a difference in your diabetes? You might be surprised. Some nuts are packed with nutrients that help stabilize your blood sugar, ease joint pain, and even boost your mood. Today I want to talk with you, just you and me, about 4 nuts that are not only safe, but actually helpful for diabetics. Let's start with walnuts. These little guys look like tiny brains, and there's a reason people say they're brain food. They're full of healthy fats that support memory, lower inflammation, and help protect your heart. If you deal with joint stiffness in the mornings or forget things more often than you used to, adding walnuts might help more than you think. A small handful a day, even just 4 walnut halves, can go a long way. I like to chop them up and sprinkle them on top of oatmeal or blend them into smoothies. They have a soft texture and a rich, comforting taste. Walnuts are also good for your blood vessels, which is important if you've had circulation problems in your feet or hands. Now, let's talk about almonds. Crunchy, filling, and easy to carry around, they're perfect for a snack between meals. The great thing about almonds is they don't raise your blood sugar quickly. They're low in carbs and high in magnesium, which helps your body use insulin more efficiently. That means fewer sugar spikes, and that's always a good thing. If your blood sugar tends to drop in the afternoon, try this. Soak 5 or 6 almonds in water overnight, then eat them first thing in the morning. Many people say this helps them feel more balanced and keeps their energy steady. If you've ever tried that, write almond tip in the comments. It might help someone else too. Almonds also support bone health, which matters more as we age. They're full of calcium, vitamin E, and healthy fats. You can eat them raw, dry roasted, or even slice them up and add them to a green salad. Just avoid the ones with sugar coatings or salty mixes. They can undo all the benefits. Let's move on to pecans, a sweet, buttery nut that feels like a treat but won't send your sugar sky high. Unlike cookies or baked goods, a small serving of pecans won't trigger a crash later, and because they're high in fiber, they help you feel full, which may help you avoid overeating at your next meal. I like adding pecans to steamed veggies or mixing them with a spoonful of plain yogurt. It gives that soft dish a little crunch, and the flavor is rich without needing anything extra. If you've been told to eat more fiber but don't like vegetables, pecans can help fill that gap in a tasty way. But be careful. Not all pecans are created equal. Those candied or honey-roasted ones sold in plastic containers can be full of hidden sugars. Always look for raw or dry roasted pecans without added ingredients. Keep a small jar in your kitchen and use them like a seasoning. A little here and there throughout your day. Now let's talk about pistachios. These are small but mighty when it comes to helping control blood sugar and cholesterol. They're also fun to eat. Having to crack open each shell naturally slows you down, which helps you feel satisfied with less. That's a smart snack, especially for folks who like to nibble while watching TV. Pistachios contain antioxidants, protein, and fiber. That means they help protect your cells, support digestion, and keep your sugar more stable after meals. Try unsalted pistachios in small amounts, maybe a quarter cup. If you've ever swapped chips for pistachios, type pistachio swap in the comments and share your experience. They're also a good choice for people dealing with high blood pressure because they support healthy blood vessels. Just make sure the ones you buy don't have salt, honey, or extra oils added. The simpler, the better. A little goes a long way, especially when you're using food as medicine. Each of these nuts, walnuts, almonds, pecans, and pistachios, brings something special to the table. Some help your heart, others support your bones, and all of them help keep your sugar more balanced. It's like creating a tiny team of bodyguards with every handful you eat. You don't need to eat a lot. Just a small serving each day can make a difference. Think about them as part of your routine, maybe in the morning with your coffee or as a mid-afternoon boost. They're so easy to add and they taste so good, it doesn't even feel like you're doing something healthy. One of my favorite tricks is to mix them together into a homemade nut jar. No salt, no sugar, just the good stuff. A spoonful a day is all you need. If you like, you can even sprinkle a little cinnamon or turmeric in the jar. Both are great for inflammation and blood sugar too. Have you ever noticed that when your sugar is more stable, your mood is better too? You feel less irritable, your sleep improves, and even your knees don't hurt as much. These nuts won't solve everything, but they sure make the rest of your day a little smoother. What's your favorite way to enjoy these nuts? Do you have a go-to snack with them? Write nut routine in the comments and share how you use them. Someone might read your idea and try it themselves. And that's how we help each other grow. Remember, this isn't about being perfect, it's about making small changes that add up. Every time you choose nuts over processed snacks, you're choosing stability over spikes, comfort over crashes, and that's something to be proud of. Even your doctor might start noticing. Maybe your fasting sugar improves or your blood pressure goes down a bit. Maybe your weight stays steady without feeling hungry all the time. It's amazing how much can change just by adding a simple handful of the right foods. And these 4 nuts really are the right kind, as long as you keep them plain and eat them in moderation. They're not a cheat or a splurge. They're a gift to your body. Every bite says, I care about my health. And that message matters. So next time you're at the store, skip the trail mixes with candy and salt. Go for the real deal. The simple raw or dry roasted versions. It might take a little more time to find, but your body will thank you every single day. Sometimes people think healthy snacks are boring, but when you know how to use these nuts, they become little moments of comfort and care throughout your day. And that's what we all need more of, especially when living with diabetes. You deserve food that not only fills you up, but also fuels your life. These 4 nuts can be part of that. Part of something steady, kind, and nourishing. Try them out and see how you feel after a week. You might be surprised by the difference, and if you're already using them, tell me below. What do you feel has changed since you added them to your diet? Has your pain reduced? Do you sleep better? Is your energy more consistent? Type daily nuts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going, because here you are heard. Your story matters, and your experience might be the encouragement someone else needs today. Let's support each other. One comment, one choice, and one good nut at a time. Even just talking about this makes me want to go grab a few almonds right now. Simple, satisfying, and powerful. That's what these 4 nuts are all about. Not just food, but real natural support for a diabetic life. Let's have a real talk today, just you and me, because sometimes things that look healthy can actually cause more harm than good, especially when you're managing diabetes. I'm talking about certain nuts. Yes, even nuts can be tricky. Some of them can quietly raise your blood sugar, trigger inflammation, or lead to weight gain without you realizing it. Let's start with peanuts. Most people think peanuts are nuts, but they're actually legumes, and that makes a difference. Peanuts are one of the most common snacks in America, but for diabetics, they come with hidden risks, especially when roasted with salt, oil, or coated with flavors. Have you ever eaten a few peanuts and suddenly found yourself going back for more? That's because peanuts are often salted and processed to make you crave them. And when eaten in larger amounts, they can cause weight gain, which directly affects blood sugar control. If you've had trouble with peanuts before, type peanut trouble in the comments. Another issue is that peanuts are one of the most allergenic foods in the world. Even if you're not allergic, they can cause subtle reactions in some people, like bloating, skin irritation, or joint pain. For diabetics already dealing with inflammation or neuropathy, that's not a risk you want to add to your day. Instead of relying on peanut butter, try swapping it for almond or walnut butter, with no added sugar. Most peanut butters on store shelves have added oils, sugar, and even corn syrup. These things may not show up right away, but over time they can affect your insulin sensitivity and raise your numbers. Now let's talk about something that looks innocent, but can be harmful. Candied or honey-roasted nuts. You've probably seen them in pretty little bags, shiny, coated, sweet-smelling. They're everywhere, especially around the holidays. But for someone managing diabetes, they're a blood sugar trap. Even if the base nut is healthy, like an almond or pecan, once it's coated in sugar or honey, it becomes a dessert, not a snack. Just a small handful can send your sugar levels climbing, especially if you're already insulin resistant. And it's not just sugar. Some of these nuts are cooked in oil and sprayed with preservatives. Think of it this way. When a nut sparkles, it's probably not safe. Those glossy coatings are hiding more than flavor. they're hiding glucose spikes. If you've ever had a sugar crash after eating candied nuts, share it below. Type sugar spike so others know they're not alone. The problem is, many people buy these nuts thinking they're better than candy. But they're not. In some cases, candied nuts have just as much sugar as a chocolate bar. You deserve better than that. Your body deserves real support, not sweet tricks dressed as health food. Now let's move on to a big one. Cashews. Cashews are delicious, creamy, buttery, and satisfying. But here's the truth. Among all the nuts, cashews have one of the highest amounts of carbohydrates. And that can be a problem if you're trying to keep your sugar steady throughout the day. I'm not saying you can't ever eat cashews, but you do need to watch the portion size. Eating too many can cause your blood sugar to rise faster than you think. And when they're salted, roasted in oil, or added to snack mixes, they can be even more harmful. If you love cashews, try to limit yourself to just 4 or 5 at a time, and only if they're raw or dry roasted without salt. If you've ever overdone it on cashews and felt bloated or sluggish afterward, type too many cashews in the comments. It might help someone avoid the same mistake. Another hidden danger with these bad nuts is how easy they are to eat in large amounts. A handful becomes 2, then 3. You might be watching TV thinking you're making a smart choice, but your sugar tells a different story later. That's why awareness is so important. If you deal with pain in your feet, swelling in your hands, or unexplained headaches, take a look at your snacks. Sometimes it's not the big meals, and it's the little things we don't even realize are hurting us. Processed or coated nuts can contribute to inflammation and make your symptoms worse. Here's something to try instead. Make a little snack plate with cucumber slices, a boiled egg, and a few walnuts. It gives your body something nourishing, satisfying, and safe, without the hidden sugars or salty traps. It might take a little effort, but the reward is worth it. Have you ever checked the label on those roasted nuts at the store? You might be shocked. Many are roasted in vegetable oil, full of sodium, and packed with sugar or flavoring. Always look for words like raw, unsalted, and no added sugar. If you can't pronounce an ingredient, skip it. Let's make this easier. Just remember, if it's shiny, coated, or super salty, leave it on the shelf. If it's plain, natural, and simple, it's more likely to be safe. And don't forget, even the good ones need moderation. Your body needs balance, not overload. If you have a friend or family member who eats a lot of flavored nuts, maybe gently share what you learned here. Send them this video. Your words might save them a spike, a crash, or even a trip to the doctor. And if you've already made that change, type nut switch below. You don't need to fear food. You just need to know the truth about it. These bad nuts aren't evil. They're just tricky. With the right awareness, you can avoid the bad ones and still enjoy the comfort of snacking without paying the price in your blood sugar. If you've been struggling with cravings or emotional eating, I get it. Sometimes we turn to snacks to fill other kinds of hunger, but your body is wiser than you think. And once you start feeding it real food, like clean nuts in the right amounts, it starts to heal. Tell me, have you ever caught yourself thinking a nut mix was healthy, only to feel worse afterward? What was in it? Write mixed nut mistake in the comments if that's ever happened. You're not alone. We all learn by experience, and by sharing, we help others grow faster. And one more thing, if you live with joint pain, arthritis, or swelling, take a break from salted and flavored nuts for a week. See how your body feels. You might be surprised at how the pain calms down just by removing those inflammatory ingredients. You're not being too strict, you're being smart. Your body is sensitive now, and giving it clean, gentle foods isn't a punishment. It's care. It's love. And love starts in the small decisions we make, like choosing the right kind of nut or skipping the wrong one. I know you've seen those big tubs at the store, honey roasted, BBQ, chocolate coated. They look fun, but remember, your life is more important than a snack. You deserve something better, something that gives instead of takes. So keep it simple. Stick with raw or dry roasted. Read the label. Ask questions. Trust your gut, not the marketing. And if you're ever unsure, come back to this community. We're here to help you sort it out, because your journey matters. Every little step, like saying no to the wrong nut, adds up. You're not just avoiding a snack. You're building a better future, and I'm so proud of you for that. Let's keep growing together. Let's keep learning. And let's keep making choices that help our sugar, our energy, and our peace. One clean bite at a time. One of the easiest ways to enjoy these nuts daily is by starting your morning with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with crushed walnuts and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The walnuts give you those healthy fats your heart needs, and the cinnamon adds flavor without raising your blood sugar. Add a few thin apple slices or a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt, and you've got a breakfast that keeps you full and steady all morning long. If you're looking for something to nibble in the afternoon, try a small snack mix with raw almonds and pistachios. Keep a jar in your kitchen or living room so it's always easy to grab. You can even add a pinch of turmeric or a few pumpkin seeds for extra support. The almonds help your bones and blood sugar, and the pistachios give you that satisfying crunch without the crash. And when those sweet cravings hit, especially in the evening, reach for something that feels like a treat, but still cares for your body. Take a few raw pecans and toss them with a dash of vanilla and a touch of unsweetened cocoa powder. Let them sit for a few minutes so the flavors settle. It tastes like dessert, but there's no sugar spike, no guilt, and no regret later. You can also blend almonds and walnuts into a smoothie with a few frozen berries, half a banana, and some unsweetened almond milk. It's cool, creamy, and surprisingly filling. That little touch of nuts gives it the smoothness and the strength your body needs, without messing up your sugar like juice or cereal would. Another easy idea is to take cucumber slices or celery sticks and spread a little almond butter on top. Make sure it's the kind with no sugar added. Add a sprinkle of crushed pistachio or chopped pecan for texture. It feels like a snack from a fancy cafe, but it's made right in your kitchen with clean, simple ingredients. If you enjoy baking just a little, try adding crushed pecans or almonds to your pancake batter, made from oat flour or almond flour. Cook them slow and low. Then top with a spoonful of Greek yogurt and a few more chopped nuts. It's warm, comforting, and your blood sugar will thank you. Even a small bowl of mixed raw walnuts, almonds, and pistachios before bed can help you sleep better and wake up without that heavy, foggy feeling. These nuts help calm inflammation, support your brain, and give your body what it needs to rest and recover overnight. Because eating with care isn't about doing everything perfect. It's about choosing little things that add up. These recipes aren't diets. They're kindness, they're balance. They're a way of saying my health matters without giving up the pleasure of eating. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just try one of these ideas this week. Choose the one that feels easiest or the one that sounds the tastiest. And when you do, come back and tell us how it went. Your story could inspire someone else who's just beginning. Your kitchen can become your medicine cabinet, and your hands, your habits, your choices, they're already enough to begin. You have what you need right in front of you. Real food, simple recipes, and a heart that still believes in taking care. Let these nuts be part of your healing rhythm. Let them bring comfort to your meals, strength to your body, and peace to your day. You're not just feeding yourself, you're building something better, one small bite at a time. Before you go, don't miss the video I'm leaving right here on the screen. It dives into powerful foods that can lower your blood sugar naturally, and one of them is probably already in your kitchen. Most people skip it without realizing how much it could help. If you're serious about taking control of your diabetes, that video is your next step. Don't wait. Click and watch it now before you forget. It could change the way you eat forever. See you there.